Hey everybody, welcome to our scenario review for 1,000 Shapes of Horror. This is the second scenario in the companion side, where you go into the unnameable, and then the unnameable shows up. What? What do we think of the theme for this one, overall?
Well, it's not awful. It's not super good either.
I think...
it is like a pretty bland like sort of fantasy that they're painting for you, where you go to the old house and you investigate.
Yeah.
And there's something scary there. It does get a bit better with the staircase at the end, I think.
To me, it's actually the opposite. I like the first half a lot more than the second half.
Really?
Yeah. Just because I think that's more the mechanics of it. I don't like the mechanics of the stairwell.
Like that one card, the Endless Descent, is a little bit frustrating, but I actually quite like that. With you're not sure how deep you need to go to get into the Dreamlands, and you just keep going until you get into the abyss. Eventually, you do, hopefully, where this thing catches you.
Yeah, I do agree with you though that like the house part, it's kind of just like, oh, you found a broken mirror, and like that helps you fight the unnamed.
Yeah, it's sort of missed like playing those point and click mystery games where you're wandering around and you're like, a broken piece of glass, and then you have to like stab somebody with it or do something with it.
Yeah.
Some of them are useless because they're false leads, like the second key that we made Justin go get.
Yeah, like I guess like a 3.25 if I could, but I think I'd be happy with 3 or 3.5.
I'm on a 3.
Like, I don't think it has an exciting theme, but it does execute the theme that it wants to well.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I would give this one like 2.5 because this is not the ultimate abomination. This is just like an abomination in a place.
Yeah. So.
I think so. Also, to go back to the stairwell bit,
I just feel like they're lying to me a little bit.
You think Fantasy Flight's just going to lie about the unnameable?
Oh, yeah.
But the stairwell bit, I think the flavor of that really works as well. Like, even though I said I prefer the house part, because like the rush to get down the stairs really does feel like you're running away from the unnameable as he's chasing you. But I just don't like how like there's like, I understand from the game thing how you like set up the whole new map, but like this dude's just there. He's like, hey, I made it. Like, let's go. Even though he was like so many spaces away, right? Like,
yeah, kind of.
It just loses a little bit of something. But I do think the chase is good when you get there.
Yeah, like I do think, like for this is like ties and diff because I'll talk about it after.
Sure. Let's get to fun. Is this a fun scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, you're just the ghoul killer, but...
all these for me?
I think this one's just about average, just a bit above average, too. I think it's... So we gave the other one 3, right? The Waking Nightmares, and I think this one's less fun than that. But I don't think it's like... I think it's not a 2.5, I still think it's a 3, but I think just with that little asterisk that...
I was going to say, I think I actually enjoy this one a little bit more.
Okay, cool. What do you think, Brain?
Yeah, no, I enjoy most of this one a little bit more. When you get to the point where you have to go down the stairs, sometimes that is incredibly frustrating. Where the game's just like reset your progress, and you're like, oh, I had 2 turns to do this, and then the game's like, cool, do it again.
Yeah, we can get to the difficulty because I think 3 we all kind of just agree on.
So like that, that part's like a little bit not fun, but the first part is better than like the other one, I think.
Yeah, like, to the point I was going to make about the just saying things card is like, yes, it is unfun when you just hit them like you go down 2 steps and they're like, get wrecked, and then you go down 2 steps and get wrecked. I feel like it would be more fun if there's only 3, but I understand if there's 4 because of the size of the deck. Endless Descent, yes, this is what the card's called. But it's just... like maybe if they had it like, you put in the victory display, and then unless... you only do the effect if there's less than 2 in the victory display, and then if there is, you gain Surge instead. So
move each investigator top location to location below it. So discard all tokens and attachment and place it below the bottommost location. Shuffle the positions of each unrevealed location so you cannot tell which is which. This card is kind of like, even just kind of like a... it's not like, it's like, what's the opposite of a win more card, right? Like, this is a lose more card. Yeah. So like, if we drew it at a certain point, we would have been fine. We would have shuffled 1-2 locations.
Yeah,
right?
we did draw it.
But we drew it on the first one, we had 1. But even when we were at that point, we were the turn away from winning. I don't think it would have affected us that bad. But if you're behind, like we were in our first playthrough, it literally like is just stop hitting yourself, right? Like pushing you in the mud.
No, I do think that like it would benefit from not being able to draw like all 4 copies in one game.
I agree.
But I understand what they're trying to do, and I like it.
I think this one will be easier the more you play it.
Mm-hmm.
You can get like the direct line for where you need to go in the
Yeah.
house. Know exactly what you need to do. Know to not grab 2 keys. Because we would have like...
We needed it.
Another thing about the 2 keys are just like, one of them's how the fighting characters get, one of them's how the characters get,
Yeah.
as they do.
But it's one of those things that we had like 4 turns left while wasting like 2.5 turns on that, right? So
Yeah.
this one will get easier the more you play it.
Yeah, like our crew for this one's pretty sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have
We're
like
pretty
very
stacked.
good decks, I think.
As opposed to a lot of the time when we play through these where we're like, I want to make this card.
Yeah. Like our first run through when we...
Yeah, like I've never played this guy before, and I think these cards might be
I
good.
mean, that's what you and I did.
Yeah.
Right? You were just like, I'll play Rex, I don't play that. And I was like, I'll play Zoe.
Yeah, but it's not so much like when we have like
Yeah.
our first run through with new investigators,
Yeah,
and
right.
we're like,
It does make things a lot harder.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think we should give it? Like,
For difficulty, like a 3.
yeah.
I think it's like pretty much almost the entire difficulty of the scenario is based on how many copies of Endless Descent you draw and where you are when you draw them.
Yeah. And I think
Also, like, if you think,
So-
I imagine you could have a hard time if you just, like, didn't do the things and then the unnameable spawn, you were like, huh.
yeah, you need to do the things. Like you need to if you don't, and then he's a 5/5. Like when he's a
Yeah.
2/2, you're like you're a little baby. No
Yeah.
one likes you.
Yeah, when the game, like, has a lightning bolt action, they're like, remember this, like, just do it.
And honestly, with me is like I was playing Finn for this, and like the thing on the agenda card was scary for me,
Yeah.
right? But for you guys,
Yeah.
it's not really. Like you're like I don't
4,
care, right?
Even if he hits me, like, whatever.
And like the thing is, like even then, it was honestly really like not a problem.
just didn't
right?
come up that often.
So I think this one will get easier the more you play. Like I'm kind of like that one we just did, even though our decks are like really good. It was like a 2, even like a 1.5 for me, because like I didn't even
Yeah, we
sweat.
just cruised.
But I think overall, I think 3 is a good place for
Yeah,
the first time.
there were like a couple of turns where I was like, well, if we fail this brain test that we get to try up 5,
Yeah.
then like, we're in the shit.
So
Yeah, like, this one isn't hard, but I can definitely see it being hard.
yeah, I
So,
agree. Should we just go there?
Yeah, just
A nice.
Yep.
We did it. Our reviews are finally getting balanced after the first 2. 1,000 Shapes of Horror, yeah, just a slightly above average, but I think it just further cements the fact that the Dreamer side is a lot better.
The Dreamer side is like the cool side.
Yeah. This is like the intro. This is like when you do them at the same time, your Dreamer side is where you put the deck that you really want to play. And this one's like, let's try something out. Because even like the
Yeah.
scenarios are easier, right?
except for maybe the spider one.
Yeah, the
The
last
final
one might be
Yeah,
harder.
Yeah, individual cards in this one. One theme that this one had is like punish you for having cards in your treachery area, which I thought was like not great.
It's like kind of cool.
It was like, yeah, it's like okay, but it's also just like there aren't.
There's not enough.
Yeah, there's
Like-
not enough things that like. There's not enough pressure to make you forgo just doing just getting the cards out of your threat area. Like,
Yeah, 'cause,
you
like,
want
one
to do
of
that
them-
anyway.
It's not here, but it's the one that like you take extra damage when you have it, or you can just as a
Yeah.
lightning bolt take a damage in a horror.
Yeah, you're just like,
So, like-
why would I want to keep this? Get it out. This
Yeah,
will
that
cost me
card,
an action.
it basically just says, take a damage in a horror when you draw this.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, Travis.
The indescribable apparition's like kind of annoying, but at the same time, you're just like, especially if you play it before, you're like, get this out of here. I don't ever want to deal with it.
Yeah, but I think the idea is neat, but the execution didn't really
Yeah.
like. It's like kind of like the whole kind of thing of like they're curses, right? They say curse for their subtype. They're like curses that are affecting you because you're in the house, but
Yeah, like instead of just having this thing ding you for brains, like based on the cards in your threat area, it could be like, I don't know, you get like -1 brain for each card in your threat area, and then like as a lightning bolt, you can take damage. The glowing eye is what I'm talking about.
yeah. I'm just gonna get this on the camera.
You can like take brain damage equal number of cards in your threat area to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
To like punish you for being in the same place as the unnameable, but also like you
Yeah.
might like there's gonna be situations where you're like, yeah, this is fine. I'd rather just like have it and risk it than risk getting attacked by the unnameable and like try to avoid him than to take 2 or 3 brain damage.
Or even like that, the curse effect. The effect on the agenda card could be like, if you fail, it's like a brain 3 instead. If you fail, get a curse, right, and put it in your threat area to kind of have that feeling. Could have been also done that.
Yeah, it's actually one of the very rare situations where I wish the cards were more parasitic.
Yeah, that glowing eyes, like there was one turn where it could have killed me. Because I had Rex's Curse and it's like impossible to get out of your threat area, but like a couple of other cards too.
Yeah.
So it was like draw that and either I spend my entire turn trying to pass tests that I probably can't, or I die.
Yeah. You know.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week where we're going to finish up our reviews with Point of No Return and the Weaver of the Cosmos. So stay tuned for that. What did you think of the scenario? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, why don't you smash that like button to tell YouTube we want more people to see this content. And then we'll keep making it. And we have a bunch of really cool ideas that Travis brought today that will be out on the channel soon. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. As always, GG's.